So here's why I think Loki might be slated to actually join the Straw Hat Pirates. Loki's whole character arc, if you really fundamentally boil it down, is all about being the kid who was rejected from everything but grew to be the one who ultimately got everything he was rejected from, right? So he was rejected by his own mother, but then he got another mother who ultimately loved and raised him. He was rejected by the people of Elbath, but it's going to turn out that he's actually a good guy the whole time, and he's ultimately going to rule them as king. He was rejected by Lola, whose entire character, or kind of not entire character, but her whole gimmick or joke is that she asks every man out for marriage and gets rejected by everyone. So he got rejected by the woman who literally got rejected and proposed to like 1,000 men, but seems to be set up with the most beautiful, or one of the most beautiful women in the world, the mermaid princess Shirahoshi, who is likely the person he was actually speaking to on the phone, or not phone, but Denden Mushi or Transponder Snail. And her dad even made a joke about setting the two of them up. So now every Straw Hat Pirate has a goal. Loki has a goal, right? He wants to join Joy Boy's crew and destroy the world. And he was ultimately rejected by Rox, brutally rejected over and over and over again. But the real successor of Joy Boy, who will actually succeed in destroying the world, whose explicit goal is to create a new world which requires the current world order being overthrown, as well as the fact that Whitebeard told us that finding the One Piece would fundamentally overturn the world order. We know that Luffy will ultimately fulfill the goal of defeating Emu. So Loki's goals ultimately perfectly align with Luffy's in joining the crew. And you might be saying, oh, there's a bunch of other characters who said they're going to join the crew but didn't actually join the crew. I think the difference between him and those other characters is that we're truly getting into the final saga versus a Momonosuke or like a Vivi or a Yamato. Those were pre-final saga characters who are going to come back to play a role in the final saga clearly, versus this is a character being introduced in the final saga. We're going straight, according to Oda, into Laugh Tale, so there's not really room for like okay, we'll leave you and then come back when we get to the final war. Like, we're gonna be heading into the final war in the next year or so. So let me know if you think of this theory and follow for more anime content and theories.